All right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is 8 o'clock. And so we are here so excited to kick off our Peek into Pink event. My name is Alyssa O'Neill, and I am a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And then I don't know where they are on your screen, but nope, which way? This way is Laura. No, it's backwards because my screen's backwards. Laura is there, and then Betty is there, and we're so excited to share with you tonight. We want to thank you for being here before we get started because it really means a lot to your consultant that you took time out of your night tonight to chime in. Consultants, if you could introduce your guests to us in the chat, tell us where they're from or how you know them, and then guests, we would love for you to in the chat tell us what you do. So are you a stay-at-home mom? Do you have a 9-to-5 job? We want to know all of that information. And guests, throughout the night, as you have questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat. That is why we are here on this Peek into Pink event, and we'll work on answering some of those questions later on. And tonight you're going to hear from all three of us. So from myself, Laura, and Betty. And you're going to also hear our little bit of our Mary Kay story, how we make our money in Mary Kay, and then also how you can start your own Mary Kay business if that's something that you would be interested in. So I want to show you something that I'm super excited about because it came in the mail today. This is the gorgeous, I was like, I should have ordered one of these for myself. It's like the perfect fall bag, but this is the gorgeous Michael Kors purse that you will have the opportunity to be entered to win just for being a part of this and then following up for your consultant. So we're super excited to give you the opportunity to earn that purse tonight. So get excited. Okay, so really quick, I want to let you know a little bit about me because this is my turn to share. Okay, so just so you know a little bit about me, I'm from Pottsville, Pennsylvania, which is where Yingling beer is made. So that's how everyone knows where, the area where I'm from. And I've been building my Mary Kay business for 14 years. So someone said to me the other day, oh my gosh, you don't look like you've been doing this for 14 years. And I said, it's the Mary Kay products. And so I started this business as a bride to be. Who always had more month than money. We had just gotten engaged. We just bought our first house. We were remodeling that. We didn't have any children yet. And so that was when I started my business. I was a physical therapist assistant by trade. That's what I went to school for. And that was my full-time job. And I've worked my Mary Kay business through tons of different seasons of my life. Why I initially started my business was not even necessarily for the extra money. It was more for the products. So tell me in the comments, how many of you use Mary Kay skincare? That was what I fell in love with. I never even washed my face with soap, really. I have eczema and seborrheic dermatitis, so I have to be really careful of what I use. And what I loved is, so here's a funny story. The day after I had my very first Mary Kay pampering experience, I was in the shower rinsing my face, which tells you I did not wash my face to go to bed. And when I rinsed my face, I was like, oh my gosh, my face feels so good. I think I need that skincare. And so I reached out to my consultant and I said, tell me more about becoming a consultant, because I know that there was a lot of products that you can get in the starter kit bag, and I could give it a try making some extra money. And so we met at Dunkin' Donuts, and the rest is history. And so that's how I became a consultant. I really wanted the skincare, but I wanted to have the bag with all the products and not just the 4 pieces of skincare, because I'm a thrifty person. How many of you love TJ Maxx, Marshalls, those kind of stores? You're my kind of girls if you do. And so that was how I got started. And then the different seasons of life that I've run this business in is I actually went back to college full time about a year after I started my Mary Kay business, after I had left my full-time job. And so I did that for a year, full-time college student, full-time Mary Kay. Then I had my son, Owen, and I've been full-time Mary Kay ever since then because I did not want to go back to work. And so I have 4 babies that I didn't know were going to come in my starter kit. And so Owen's my oldest, he's 12. Then I have Kellen's 9, Reagan's 7, and Emmy's 4. So my life is really busy. And what I love about my business is that I can really, really just work my business around my life. I worked earlier today. I went to cheer practice, did football. I did the team treat for my son's football team tonight. Like, I get to do all the things that are important to me that have always been priorities, but I can still contribute to our family financially. So that's what I love about my Mary Kay business. And another quick little thing is I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. Like, my mom was really frustrated with me because she was like, Alyssa, you have to finally pick a major. I switched it about 4 or 5 times. All I knew is that I wanted to help people and I wanted to be a mom. And so God blessed me with this amazing opportunity that is Mary Kay Cosmetics, because I get to help a lot of people and have an impact in a lot of lives that I never thought that I would. And I get to be the most amazing present mom for my kids and wife to my husband, which is a big perk. So I can't wait for you guys to learn more tonight about how we make our money and all the fun details.
Thanks. That was fabulous. Yay. I love hearing your story. One thing that's really interesting is that we all have 4 children and raise them with Mary Kay. So if you're out there and think you don't have time, trust me, we will fit it in between the cracks. My name's Betty McKendry, and I'm like the old gal of the group. I've been in Mary Kay over 40 years. I think it's 43, maybe going on 44. And I absolutely love the business. I started with 3 small children, 1, 3, and 5. And I joined just because I needed some girl time. I needed to get away from kids just a little bit. Even though I had been a kindergarten teacher and I love children, I decided I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. After about 5 years of that, I thought, I need some adult time too. So I went to a Mary Kay meeting and I loved the women. They were positive sharing. They were just... the one thing that made me say yes to the opportunity is when the director said there's no quotas, no territories, and no way to lose money. I thought that's right up my alley. I think I'll give it a shot. And so I joined that day. Well, I stayed. That's why I joined, but I stayed because my husband became disabled and lost his job, and I was going to have to get a job. So he gave me we talked and he said, why don't you try Mary Kay opportunity for, 6 months and we'll see where we are. And in 6 months, I was on track to be a sales director, became a sales director, also got pregnant again. A lot of things happened in those 6 months, but I did become a sales director and I never had to go outside the house to work. I was able to work around my kids' schedule. Now I stay in Mary Kay. People ask me, when are you going to retire? Never, never. This is so much fun, so energizing, keeps me feeling young and moving. And I just love this business. So, that's a little bit about me. I've had I've had the opportunity to travel the world with Mary Kay, won extremely expensive and outrageous prizes. And, but most of all, I just love the relationships and the friends I've gained throughout the year. I love Alyssa and Laura that's on this call tonight. They just keep me excited, keep me thinking young. So I hope what I'm going to tell you tonight, when we, in my 40 some years, I noticed that the questions that women have, there's 3 main ones. How much money can I make? How much time do I have to spend? And how do I get started? So my section is, how do we make our money? And how much can I make? Well, it depends on you how much you make. I certainly didn't get into Mary Kay to make money. My husband had a job, but I stayed in there because I had to make money. And I needed to make a lot with 4 kids. So I'm going to cover how we make our money. And there's 2 main ways. We make our money in sales. I have a few notes here. I don't want to miss anything. But before I talk about how we make our money, I think there's some interesting facts about the company. Yes, we sell. Nothing happens till somebody sells something. But I think it's important to know that our products are made here in the United States. We make our own. We have our own team of dermatologists and scientists and just all those fancy scientists that keep our products fresh on the market and always right in line with what's going on in the market today. They're also consumable. You put them on, you take them off. Our customers don't have products that are guaranteed for life, and they only can have so many. Our reorder business is certainly one of our greatest avenues of income. Our products are 100% guaranteed. If somebody returns their lipstick because her husband hates it, you can take it back, and the company will take care of the return and give you brand new product for her. So I just think that's wonderful that we don't have to worry. This is truly a business where you can't lose money. And you're well trained. We have websites that have everything you'd ever want to know. And your director, who's well trained in training consultants how to move up the career path. Would I get family here? I know it sounds kind of tacky, but it's not. We're more than just a business. We build relationships. We were built on the golden rule: God first, family second, career third. And that's what kept me in this. I became a better person associating with the women in Mary Kay. So how do we make our money and how much? Two ways, very simple. We sell our products. And we buy for 10 and we sell for 20. We make 50% of everything we have. Any products we have, when we have a party and we sell $200 or $300, half of that money is ours because we purchased it for half that amount. And if you think about it, you go out for an hour or two, have a party, average maybe $200, you can make $100 in just an hour or two. And that doesn't even include the reorders that you're going to get after they start using the product. The other way we make money is on building a team and leading and guiding other women. Your consultants are responsible for the training, but we hope that you'll be good leaders for them. You will start with your very first team member and earn 4% commission on your very first. And those commissions keep growing according to the number of team members you have and how much they order. And they go as high as 36% as a director. Can you imagine 36% commission on your team? If you want to make the max amount of money, it's important that you move up the career path. That doesn't even include things like prizes. Those are worth money. Tax benefits because we're self-employed. There's just so many advantages, and it's all that we get to choose when we want to work. It's flexible. That is why the three of us up here were able to promote ourselves to directorship even while having 4 children. So that's what I want to share with you. And I hope if you have any questions at all about how we make our money and how much you can make, you'll put your questions in the chat and get in touch with the director. Yes, get in touch, sit down, get all your questions answered. There's no pressure here. Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to Laura because the other question that you may have is, okay, how do we get started? We hope you do.
Yes, thank you, Betty. Thank you, thank you. So yes, my name is Laura Asef, and I have been with Mary Kay for 11 years, and I'm coming to you from the standpoint of an empty nester. So we have 4 boys, ages 19 to 28. And our 19-year-old just left for college a month ago. So mom is still adjusting. He's doing great. In fact, it's Parents' Weekend this weekend. I asked if he wanted to see us, and he said no. But he was home last weekend, so it's okay. So anyway, I absolutely love Mary Kay. I've used it since I was 13 years old. And I was buying it for years and years. And when I was in my mid 40s, I decided I wanted to go to the higher end product line. And I actually just joined Mary Kay for the discount. I never really saw myself as a Mary Kay consultant. I actually have an engineering degree and an MBA. But at the time, I was a stay-at-home mom juggling 3 part-time jobs. And I too just love to help people. I used to be a scrapbooking consultant for 18 years. I was also a life coach. And then I worked for Weight Watchers as a coach there. So I just love to help people and I love working with people, but I also love our products. So after I jumped in and got the discount and started using more products, I decided to dabble a little bit in letting other people and sharing the products with other people. And I just really fell in love with doing that. And it's so easy and simple. And they just try products and they fall in love and say, I need this and I need that. And I don't know, it's just great. And being able to use my phone and Facebook, and it's so flexible no matter where I am. I can have access and my customers can reach out and I have all their records on my phone and it's just amazing. So I am going to show you how you get started in Mary Kay because there are not, I'm sure you would all agree, there's not many silver linings from the pandemic that we all survived in 2020. But one silver lining is the way to join Mary Kay now is much, much less money. So it used to always be around $100. So let me, okay, let me just show you because I think a picture is worth 1,000 words. All right. So now you can start Mary Kay for $35. And can you give me a thumbs up, Alyssa, or somebody that you see that? Okay, thank you. So you can start for $35. And what do you get with $35? You receive a full year of a Mary Kay website, which is so professional and so amazing and impressive. And then a full year of the ability to accept credit cards. So credit card processing. You'll also receive an envelope in the mail, and in the envelope, you'll have a catalog and a Great Start brochure and some samples that are in this picture right here. So it's an easy way. We call it eStart because you're ready to go online, and then you can go from there. Now you can select one of these other 2 options when you join or within the first 2 weeks or so from joining. You can add them later. So one is our Mary Kay eStart Plus, and this came out as a result of the pandemic with all of us working from home and not meeting with people face to face. But it has become really popular because we can have clients all over the continental United States. And so I have clients in a variety of states, and I will just pop the sample in the mail for them, and then we'll do a video chat and I'll walk them through trying the products. So it's a great option here for $45, and the value is much higher. They give you a deal when you're starting, and I highly recommend it if you feel that you would want the ability to mail samples or even carry samples in your purse. And when you meet somebody out and about, you can hand them a sample and they can try it. You can follow up with them. Then the other thing that's so great is, hold on. Okay. This Pro Start. So this used to be $100. So now it is $90. And in this Pro Start, you have a beautiful bag. So it's a very professional looking bag. And then you have a 3-ring binder, which has a flip chart in it. And you literally could open up the box and that night conduct a party. We make it so incredibly simple because your flip chart, you literally flip the page, you're showing them the product, and on the back, you're reading what you're supposed to say. It's so incredibly easy. And then in this bag are full-size products that you can use and demo. So there's full-size skincare, full-size eye makeup remover, our microdermabrasion set, full-size CC creams, which are so popular, and some color samples, some mirrors, and it is just a very professional way to go. The other thing that I love is what I did when I first started was I just had the set that came in my bag and I would use it personally. Then I would dry it off from my shower and put it in my bag because it's all packaged in a sanitary way so that you can use it to demo, but also use it personally. So I was able to save a little bit of money on my own personal use and be out demoing the products as well. So those are the ways that you can get started. So you can see here that you can do all 3 things, the 90, the 45, and the 35. And that will have you fully locked and loaded with what you need to get going. But it could even be as easy as $35. I just met with a new consultant today and she started with $35. But as we talked today and we set up her website and she decided she's going to go ahead and add the $90 kit because it is such a good value. I think the value is around $450, something like that. So that is how easy it is to start. And it's so low risk. Okay.
So I saw some questions. I at least saw one question in the chat. So one question we got from Patty is, how much inventory does a consultant need to have on hand?
Good question.
So that's a great question, Patty. Who wants to take that?
Well, I think any of us could answer it, but I'll be glad to do that. Actually, there's no requirement as far as having inventory. It depends on how you do your business. It does. Honestly, I like to have all the facts right out on the table. It takes $225 to be considered active. And when you're active, the company will then ship to your customers from their warehouse and give you the profit. But you're not really required to carry inventory like we used to. We used to have everything. I personally like to do personal appointments, and some do, some don't, but because I've been in so long and that's what I know, I like to carry inventory. And you'll find that after you get started and your neighbors and your family and your friends start using the products, it's nice to have product on hand. Plus, when you start with some product and your director helps you on what are the most beneficial to have on stock, the company gives you great rewards as far as free product bonuses. So you get a lot for your money. When I said before that you buy for 10 and sell for 20, actually, when you have your initial order, you can earn a lot more than that. How's that?
That's perfect. I think that's a great response. And I will say, I'll just add on to this because I might be like a unique situation. When I started, I didn't start with inventory initially as a new consultant. I was 22 years old. I really didn't even know what that meant, if I'm being completely honest. I was kind of naive about like sales in general or what the benefits of that would be. But I quickly learned at my second party why having products on hand was beneficial. And the lady said to me, well, do you have that ultimate mascara we tried with you tonight? And I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I don't have it with me tonight, but I can include it in my order when I place it. And she said, oh, no, that's okay. I'll just get it from you next time. And I was like, no, that was $7.50. And even though that was $7.50, it was a lesson to me on, how important that it can be. And so I love that in Mary Kay, we have the flexibility through our Great Start program to make those decisions as you start, you know what I mean? As you go through your first couple of months in business. So we had another question on here, and I think it's just a clarification question. Stephanie asked, so as long as you do a $225 wholesale order per year, do you remain a consultant? And so the answer to that is yes, Stephanie. There's no, that's just what it is. It's as simple as that. I know for me, I always use my mom as an example. My mom had a party for me and she heard me share about how we make our money and what we do. And she said, well, Alyssa, you don't give me that much of a discount on my product. And I said, well, that's because you're not a consultant. If you were a consultant, then you'd get that much of a discount on your product. And she used the repair line and a lot of the makeup. And she said, well, then can I just become a consultant? I said, absolutely. So she became a consultant and she sells to a couple of her friends and coworkers, and it's a benefit to her. She doesn't order several times a year, but just a few. And that's the perk of being a part of Mary Kay.
Love it. Love it. I also wanted to say regarding inventory, we have an awesome worksheet that you fill out that says, here's how much money I'd like to make. Here's how many training meetings I can attend in a month. Here's how many appointments I can attend in a month. And that gives you a point system. And then it gives you a recommended level of inventory to carry to support that level of business. Mm-hmm. So I love that because it's not arbitrary. There is some sort of math to it, and it's something that you can build to. I see another question here. Amanda asked, how do you go about asking people who you aren't related to or even really friends with to join you in the Mary Kay adventure? That's a great question, Amanda. And we train you on how to do that. We train you with all sorts of techniques. But one really simple way that we do it is we just engage in a conversation with someone and say, random question, have you ever tried Mary Kay? And it is such an easy way to just open the door and have a little bit of a conversation about it. And we train you on how to go from there.
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
All right. I'm just trying to check the chat and see if we have any other questions. I know one question that we get a lot, and maybe we want to cover this really quick before we hop off is there a specific amount of time per week or per month that you have to spend on your Mary Kay business? And I think that for me, this was one of my favorite things that I learned when I started my business. And that was that I could do it at my own pace. So I just heard my family come in. So do one of you want to answer that question?
Laura, I don't know if you'd be better at that. I just know that a woman's life changes all the time. And sometimes we have more times than others, especially having 4 children. There were times when I had very little time to actually go out and work my Mary Kay business, but I always worked it when I could so that it would be there and bring in an income when I couldn't. And I think that we sit down with each of you with a weekly plan sheet, look at all your priorities. Where will Mary Kay fit in? You could do your training in your pajamas at night with a cup of coffee if you want. It's not like you have to work certain hours. It's all scheduled around your priorities. And like I said, our lives change all the time. So that will determine how we work our business. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. I think that's important for people to know because things happen,
Right.
maybe you start taking care of elderly parents or
Yes.
you have a baby or, different life events happen.
Yep,
and I think
exactly.
that
So
for me,
it is very nice and very flexible. I see another question on here. How do you deal with dry spells? So the great thing is we, again, teach you on how to sell seasonally, how to have different ideas for different months, how to be creative and reach out to people. There are just an endless amount of ways to find new customers, have fun events or things that you can do online or things that you do in person. Like right now, we're getting into the fall and we love to teach a pumpkin spice latte eye look, and people get excited about buying eyeshadows. And we have new products 4 times a year. So it's always fun to be able to showcase our new products and meet with people. And the other thing that's fabulous is once you start developing customers, they're literally washing the product down the drain on their sink and they need more. So any of you that are already using products, you know that because you are probably reordering. So,
Right.
all right.
So I would love to just let you guys know that we want you to have an opportunity to be entered into our drawing. And we really, really appreciate your time to just listen to us go through some of this. And this is a little bit of a new way that we're doing it. So we'd like some feedback. If you could just let your consultant know what you thought about what we shared today, that would be great. So reach out to your consultant so that she can tell you the best way to give her feedback. We may have you fill out a form. We may have you just text or call and answer a few questions. But we will close the loop on that and get you entered into a drawing for a purse. We're also going to do a drawing of everybody that commented tonight for a surprise gift. And so we will do that as we hang up. We are able to keep the chat and we'll be able to do the drawing that way. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for your support. We all appreciate it very much. And we hope you have a great rest of your night. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.